We acknowledge with respect the Onondaga Nation, firekeepers of the Haudenosaunee, the indigenous people on whose ancestral land Syracuse University now stands.
And here we go. Good morning, Syracuse worldwide. It is March 23rd, 2023, 32323, and it is 8:44 a.m. here in the Dick Clark Studios at the SI Newhouse School of Public Communications. My name is Scott Hansen. I am the host of NFL Red Zone, but today I am more proud to be a Syracuse alum. 1993, 30 years ago, I was in a studio that looked a lot different than this, learning my trade that I now am able to apply in front of millions, hosting one of pro football's most exciting channel. But I am actually more nervous today than I am speaking to millions of football fans each and every fall Sunday. And the reason I guess I'm nervous is because I'm representing you today, Syracuse alumni, my fellow Syracuse alums. I'm representing this great university and representing the students who will be the next generation from Newhouse and all of the other great schools throughout this amazing institution. Now, it is Boost the Cuse time, and you've seen the hashtags. You've gotten letters in the mail about it. This is something new this year in 2023 that the folks here are putting together to help raise awareness and raise funds for our great institution. Boost the Cuse today it's kind of a one-of-a-kind thing as far as we know in major colleges across the country. No other university does something quite like this. We're going to be on the air for 16 hours today in this day of giving. Now, don't worry, it's not 16 hours straight, and great job being some of the first people that are here at 8:44. We will be on for 16 hours, 44 minutes after the hour. So here's 8:44, we'll be on at 9:44, 10:44, 11:44, all the way through the afternoon and to midnight. And then we're gonna celebrate Syracuse's birthday going into tomorrow. Now, each one of our segments will highlight some aspect of the university that you might not know about, you're going to learn about. The program that they've put together for you today is inspiring. You will be proud to be a Syracuse alum. You'll fall in love with the university again. And what we hope it does is that we hope it moves you to a spirit of generosity, that you would give of your treasure, your talent, or your time back to the institution that formed so many of us over the decades and past a century, Syracuse University. All right, you can tell I'm already fired up. I love my alma mater. I hope you do too. I'm a former Syracuse football player, so there are few places that I'd rather be. Well, I mean, maybe the Dome on a college football Saturday, running through the tunnel one last time, but few places that I'd rather be than right here speaking to you all across the nation, all across the world. So I'm here at the Dick Clark Studios. We want to know where you are. You see the chat next to the video? Let us know where you're coming from. We think we can get people acknowledging their presence in all 50 states, and we're going to see how many countries are represented right now. Throughout the day, we're also going to have several current Newhouse students keeping an eye on how much money we are generating here, how generous you folks are, our fellow Syracuse alums. We got challenges and leaderboards and the map, and to get the first hit of the day to kind of walk us through it, please welcome Newhouse graduate student Michael O'Connor. Michael, take it away.
Scott, thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who has donated to help boost the Cuse so far. And hey, for those of you watching at home, we've got some great things to look forward to, as Scott mentioned. And I'll be back for our penultimate show, but let me start by saying something that I thought Scott was going to kick off with, but 16 hours of Boost the Cuse starts now. Scott, thank you again. We're going to be looking at this map here. I know you mentioned where's everybody coming from around not just the Syracuse area or even the United States, but the world. So far, we've got 39 out of the 50 states. A lot of you from across the country have been donating to help Boost the Cuse so far. We keep scrolling down on this site. Look, this isn't just a United States thing. You guys are coming from all across the world, all across several time zones. I hope you got some sleep after we had that spring forward yet again. But if we go to the leaderboards here, I'll take you first to our homepage. This is what the landing spot looks like. Oh, there I am on the broadcast. You keep scrolling down. We see that you can choose between several menus. You can look at our event schedule. Some of them have already happened. Some of them are going to happen. Like Scott mentioned, we have the university birthday, but Otto's birthday is also celebrated tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that one myself. Those challenges in the leaderboards is what I'm going to talk about first, because we're proud Newhouse students, and if you track by total participation, Newhouse is the top school so far. They've donated $37,869, but they've had 124 total donors so far. If we try to see who's raised the most money, the law school just barely beats them out. They're at the top mark with $38,733. But the challenge is, that's what you guys are excited about. That's what I know that I'm looking forward to. My favorite one here, we've got a lot of current student challenges. We have former student challenges. But this hidden auto challenge is one that I actually remember. I worked at the university store last year, and I actually found one of the Boost the Cuse items that they hid there. I wasn't allowed to do it at the time because apparently, as a student employee working at the store, they felt like I had insider information. But for those of you on campus, if you find a stuffed auto hidden around town, feel free to pick it up. And if we find 20 of those, that'll be a $200 donation from the Chancellor. It'd be a $100 fund for your choice with an additional match from the Chancellor to total $200. There are so many challenges, so many of you who have donated to us so far. And I'm just going to go back up to this map here just to see how incredible it is this Syracuse University network is. I'm very, very excited to be here. I'm very proud to be Orange. I'm an Orange alum myself. I graduated with a degree in sport analytics from Falk College, and now I have the privilege of being a Newhouse student and being on the air with the legendary Scott Hansen. But to all of you at home, you are legends today for contributing to Boost the Cuse. Thank you so much. And Scott, if you want me to look at anything for you, just feel free to ask.
I'm going to, Michael. And first of all, a couple things. You are a pro. You're a future colleague of mine, I can tell. But we are colleagues today, Michael, and I'm very thankful for that. And I am thankful that you even called me out that I didn't parlay the catchphrase.
If you want to do it now, go ahead. Go ahead.
May I?
Absolutely. This is your thing.
I apologize to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. For you NFL Red Zone viewers, you know what's coming up here. It's not 7 hours of commercial-free football starts now. It is 16 hours of commercial-free Syracuse content starts now. So let's get after it here. Michael, we'll be seeing you throughout the day. Thanks again for the update. We're going to begin the show here with a man who needs no introduction, but he'll get one anyways. Syracuse University's 12th Chancellor and President, Kent Syverud.
Greetings. It's a great day to be Orange. Today we invite everyone who is Orange here in Syracuse, across the country and around the world to join us in boosting the Cuse. Throughout the day, you'll see the places and faces that inspire pride. There is so much happening here: groundbreaking discoveries, cutting-edge innovations, athletic achievements, thrilling artistic performances. Every day, our students, faculty, and staff, and you, our alumni, are doing such amazing things. This is our biggest giving day of the year. We need our alumni and friends to step up and support the next generation of leaders. It takes all of us, Cuse. Please help us out today. Together, we are creating a collective impact that defines what it means to be forever Orange. Looks like it's time to get started. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Remember your first day here? Everything was wide open. Possibilities were infinite. The world had no idea what you had in store for it. But we did, because you're one of us. And at Syracuse University, that never stops. Now there's a new generation, facing a rapidly changing world with ever complex challenges. Know what they're saying? Sure you do. The same thing we all would. Challenge accepted. Give us climate change, and we'll create new paths to sustainability and food security. Give us untold stories, and we'll give them a voice. Give us the mystery of our origins, and we'll use big data to unlock it. They say, give it to us. And that's why we give back. For the ones who follow in our footsteps. For what they'll do with our support. We're all in this together. The way we've always been. We're all forever orange.
Thank you, Chancellor. Thank you, Otto, as well. All right, forever orange and fired up. If you watch us on NFL Red Zone on Sundays, you know I like to go Octobox at the beginning of the show. We go to 8 games around the National Football League. Well, today, here on the Hill, you know we've got to go Ottobox. Throughout the day, you're going to see Cuse content from right here at Newhouse. You're going to see it on the Quad. You're going to see it at the Barnes Center at the Arch, at the Shine Student Center. You're going to see it from the JMA Wireless Dome, in Byrd Library, inside our Forever Orange campaign event in Boston. Yes, we're going elsewhere in the United States, and we're going to go around the globe as well, even to our Syracuse Abroad Center in Florence, Italy. And that's just the start of things, making me feel right at home with an Octobox. I wish Otto was here himself. All right, I just mentioned that Forever Orange campaign event happening in Boston, and we have a special in-studio guest here in Syracuse who is going to be taking off and heading to the event in Boston. So we thought we would make her our first live guest here today. Please welcome Tracy Barlock. Tracy oversees the Syracuse University's efforts to impact people through philanthropy, which means this is your Super Bowl here today.
Indeed, this is our Super Bowl, absolutely, positively. And I'm so excited to be here. And I just need to say thank you to you. It's really such an honor to be here with you. We are super excited. You are a great voice and a great, representative of the institution, and we're just so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much. This is my first time back on campus in about a decade and a half.
Okay.
First time back inside Newhouse in maybe 20 or 30 years since I left. I'm legitimately feeling some student nerves in here because I want to do the best and represent all of the fellow, I go back to the days of orange men and orange women, all the fellow orange that are out there right now to say let's join in our commonality of this great university, how it impacted us, and those of us who have been able to go on and be propelled to success through the university to now give a chance to give back so that this generation and the next generation can have the same type of experience.
And that's what today is all about. It really is. It's about asking everybody to find something that's really, really important to them, that impacted their time here at Syracuse, to pay it forward. So it's a really wonderful day.
What's the plan exactly like? How would you like to address folks that are watching right now that are considering giving or that already have given?
Sure. Well, let me tell you, this day is so important. It's part of our Forever Orange campaign, right? Boost the Cuse is one effort to really, I think, reach the global Syracuse community and say any gift of any size is important to what we're doing. Let me talk to you a little bit about what the campaign's all about.
Please.
The Forever Orange campaign is a comprehensive effort for the university. It's been going for several years, and it is a campaign aimed at impacting all areas of the institution. So students, faculty, athletics, our veterans and military families, every part of this place is going to be impacted by the philanthropy of, literally hundreds of thousands of Syracuse grads and Syracuse families.
And folks, you have throughout the day, I hope you can join us for as many of these segments, 44 minutes after the hour, as you possibly can. When I was preparing on the plane coming from Los Angeles, I got to see all of the different guests, all of the different aspects of Syracuse, most of which I knew, many of which I didn't, and it made me fall in love with the university again, go back to the romanticism of my time here on the Hill and think all of the other lives the thousands that went before me, the thousands that were here while I was here, and the thousands since, and to say, let's celebrate that, and let's also see what we can do to help and pay it forward. And you just mentioned no donation's too small. I can see someone watching right now going, okay, yeah, let the billionaires and the multimillionaires donate the hundreds of thousands. I can only give X dollar amount. That still makes an impact.
Oh, absolutely. Let me tell you, the campaign is about three different things. One, it's about supporting the institution with financial support, right? It's about philanthropy. We need dollars in order to do the kinds of things we want to do to increase the value of our education for our students. The second one is really about impacting engagement, right? We want to find more and more people who want to have a relationship with the institution that is ongoing. That means volunteering. It means going to an event. It means giving back in some way, providing advice to a student. That's really, really important. And the third piece is around participation. So to me, making a gift is a statement of support about the experience that you had. It doesn't matter the size of the gift, but making a gift, just that act of making a gift says, I care about what I learned there, I care about the institution, and I care about its impact in the future. So participation is really important, and this day is an effort aimed at participation. It's to get the broad community to feel that way and to not say, yes, I can't make a $100,000 gift, or maybe I can't even make a $50 gift, but I'm going to make a $10 gift today. I'm going to participate and have a statement of support about my institution and my alma mater.
I love it. I love it. And you have helped put together the program that we'll see over the course of the 16 hours. I hate to make you pick among your children, but what one aspect of today? Is there one segment or one time slot that you're looking forward to? That I know I'm putting you on the spot there a little bit.
First of all, I have to say I'm so proud of the team, the advancement team, but really the entire institutions that's come together and made this happen. And I was looking at the script of the broadcast schedule, and there are so many great people representing Syracuse, and they're I mean, it's alums, it's people in the business community, it's sports people, it's all over the board. It's really, really wonderful. I'm particularly excited to go live to Boston because I will be there. We've got a big campaign event there tonight. Sean McDonough is going to be our MC, and we're really excited. We've got a sold-out crowd in Boston. I'm thrilled that we can go, to abroad and see Syracuse around the world. I mean, it's just super, super exciting, really.
If I remember my geography correctly, it's about 5-something
It's about
hour
5 hours.
Drive?
I have my iPhone all set to be listening to the live
I was going to
broadcast.
say, how are you going to be?
I will not be watching it in the car. I will be smart, but I will be listening to the broadcast the entire drive there. I'm really excited about this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy Barlock, you're going to see and probably hear from her some more when she gets to Boston. Let's send her on her way. I feel like we should be following her with a drone across the highway or something during the live broadcast, but we appreciate your time to help us kick off the day.
You've been terrific. Thank you, too.
Thank you, Tracy. All right, now, before we bring out our next guest, let's take a look back on one incredible year here at Syracuse University.
I believe you will find that if you come here as you are, you will become orange.
We have both the opportunity and the obligation to build on the excellence that is here to make a difference in the world.
Their home ice. Our national champions for the first time in program history. Go to Syracuse University. That's what I call an announcement right there.
The quality of your work and the depth of your kindness will speak louder than anything else you can do.
Being orange means being exceptional.
Syracuse University creates gigantic people.
This is one amazing, life-changing place.
Okay, Tracy's on her way. I think she's already heading to the parking lot right now to get to Boston. We will be taking you live to Boston for the Syracuse alumni who are gathering there a little bit later on this afternoon. By the way, on the website, the entire broadcast schedule is listed. So if there's a particular guest or an emphasis from the university that you'd like to make a point to tune in for, you can see when they're coming up at which 44 minutes after the hour. Now, as we heard Tracy say, ensuring alumni feel connected to the alma mater is so critical to Syracuse. I might be biased, but I can think of no better person than my friend, Pete Genesini, who's going to join us right now on screen here. You are joining us from Bristol, Connecticut, a.k.a. Syracuse of Connecticut, also known as ESPN. Alongside the Office of Alumni Engagement, Pete is going to become president of Syracuse University's Alumni Association on July 1st. But joining us right now from his office at ESPN is Pete Genesini. Pete, my buddy, good morning to you, sir.
How are you, man? Great to see you. Great to see you.
Great to see you. What's the banner behind you? I can't quite read it. My monitor's a little small. It's obviously a Syracuse.
Yeah, I'll connect a couple threads here. That's the 03 national title.
Of course.
And what's neat about the event in Boston tonight that Tracy just spoke about, this is the coolest thing. I wake up this morning and the first email in my inbox says happy anniversary. And it's from two fellow alums, Tom Kintner and Mark Kestisher, both colleagues here at ESPN. It was 20 years ago today. We were in Boston when Carmelo Anthony brought us back from 17 down against Oklahoma State to win the second round game on the way to a national title. It was the coolest moment for me of that tournament, of course, because I was there. But we were really on the brink, and we knew we had something special then. And I can't believe it's 20 years later. So what better place than Boston on this date to be celebrating the campaign in the university tonight?
I actually had a hard time sleeping last night. Probably shocker. I'm a high-strung, high-energy type guy. But I was so excited to get here. I started going down a YouTube wormhole of Syracuse University and Syracuse athletics. And one of the clips that I watched was that comeback against Oklahoma State. I mean, you think about it. They were dead in the water. The title, Final Four wouldn't have happened. The national championship wouldn't have happened. And Carmelo and the guys were able to bring them back. And in fact, Melo tells some funny stories about how Jim Boeheim was at halftime of that game to bring them back in the second half. And well, I should have known you were there, but you were there. What was your best memory of that game?
Oh, it was just the comeback.
Yeah.
It was and it was the chipping away, right? The down early. Yes, you're not feeling great about it, but there's not a feeling of giving up, right? It was just sort of like, okay, when are we going to do this? When are we going to do this? And 17 became 9, and 9 became 5, and obviously the rest was history. It's sort of what we do, right?
Absolutely. All right, Pete, let's talk a little SU educationally, if you will. July 1st is coming, my friend, when you will be named president of the Alumni Association. What are you most excited about in taking this new role?
I'm gonna say the people, and then people are gonna roll their eyes saying how cliche people always say the people. But let me put a little bit of a finer point on that. When we all graduate, right, we have the circle of friends that we've made, yourself included in my case. I'm fortunate enough to have stayed in touch with so many friends when I have there. But if you can stay connected to the university, stay engaged with Syracuse, your circle of friends keeps growing after graduation.
Yeah.
And it gets wider and deeper and stronger, right? For me, it's not just class of 94, 93, 92. It's 95, it's 99, it's 03. The 03 guys had a lot of fun. They got a lot of stories to tell. 06, 19, and oh, by the way, back 88, 84, and then you lose sight of who graduated when. They're just all your college buddies, right? And specifically, and you mentioned it here, my coworkers, ESPN is just loaded with alums. And then you get to know the folks at your local alumni club. I was incredibly involved here in Connecticut and our group that bridges into Western Massachusetts. You meet the people up at the board up there, the club leaders, the Office of Alumni Engagement and the administration, who's just wonderful people. And you're getting in the car and you're making that drive. And for Scott, for me, it's for like 4.5 hours. And these are the faces and the people you're thinking of in those endless miles on the thruway. But more than that, specific to taking on this role, it's the people I've yet to meet. It's the fellow board members, the faculty, the everyday interactions. It's a student who rings you out at the bookstore. If ringing you out is still a thing, I think you actually swipe. It's changed a lot. But those interactions, the bit you get to give back and help other people out, of course, is an amazing part of this. But the people that I know and the people that I've yet to know has me really pumped for what's ahead.
You're joining us from your office there at ESPN, your longtime employer. I'm going to throw out a challenge right now. Syracuse grads are everywhere in Bristol, Connecticut, and throughout the ESPN family of networks and digital platforms and whatnot. We want someone from Bristol who's watching this from another office down the hallway or from the screening room right now to donate. Click and donate, you guys. You got Pete and Scott here. We sat in the same classrooms that you did as well. We love this university like you do. Somebody hit us up right now during this interview. It would warm my heart. And we'll get Michael to take a look at it to see if somebody came through right there.
Let's go. It's early, and most of you guys work late, but let's go. It's a tournament day. Let's go.
Good point. Good point. Well, Sweet 16 is tonight in the NCAA. Yep. Big night at ESPN. Big night, of course, in the sports world. But yeah, I'm sure some folks are still probably sound asleep there in Bristol from last night's late Sports Center and all the other shows that you guys do. You mentioned this a little bit, but I want you to expand on it if you would. Keeping connected as Syracuse alumni. It's easy technologically nowadays. We're all on a text thread with our friends, with our frat brothers, with our former teammates, just the people that we knew and mixed with. But staying connected today and maybe expanding your friend base amongst Syracuse alumni. What would be your recommendation to the folks watching here?
Yeah, I think it's and you said this earlier today, sort of starting with what you love, right? That Syracuse University is big and broad. We've got our color identified clearly. But underneath that, there's all these subsets of people that get together, whether it's where you live, the local alumni clubs, and there's so many great ones in so many states and so many cities and countries that are more than willing to meet and network and help each other out. And then, of course, Scott, you know as well as anyone what WAER means to our crew.
Yeah.
I continue to be blown away by what has turned out of there. The passion and the energy that the WJPZ alumni bring to their radio station, the current students and each other. And that's just starting with radio people like me, and broadcast people. And there's athletics, and there's you mentioned fraternities, and you mentioned, music and dance and everything that we do, getting back for athletics, which is just so cool, right? And look at the schedule and see what team might be coming through town. Like the big football game's amazing. The big basketball game's amazing. Sometimes it's as simple as, in being here in Connecticut, it just so happened that our women's basketball team, who, by the way, is still playing, they had a road game at Yale this year, of all places. And I was able to bring my family and some of my daughter's friends, and we got together for pizza because, yes, New Haven has the best pizza on the planet.
Oh.
There's not a conversation to be had, beyond that. And we watched a great game with our really exciting team, and then met all these Syracuse families who it's hard to do that sometimes in the big stadiums and the big events, but sometimes the smaller stuff, maybe our national champion men's soccer teams in town, maybe lacrosse, field hockey, ice hockey crew, whatever it is, make that an event, support those guys because they all do such a great job. And all to say, any one of those groups and the alumni base as a whole, there's no better group of people that can lift us up in our successes and hold us up during our struggles than each other. So why wouldn't you want to reach out and make that community better, stronger, more impactful over time? And thanks to the work being done, at the university and the Office of Alumni Engagement, these groups aren't hard to find. If you're watching this stream, you're already in the website.
There you go.
So just poke around a little bit and see what some of the different groups are, and I'll guarantee you come around with an opportunity to meet somebody great in your life.
Well, Pete, it was great to see you virtually here, my friend, but let's get into the same town at the same time and break bread and raise a glass to our great alma mater next time our schedules allow.
Yeah,
okay?
And the next time we do that, let's not start off a global pandemic 2 weeks later.
It was right before COVID the last time we had you had a good memory. Yeah.
Let's just keep it chill and call it a day.
You got it.
It's so great to see you, my man.
Pete Genesini joining us from his office at ESPN, the president-elect of the Syracuse University Alumni Association. Pete, all the best come July 1st. Thanks, my friend.
Likewise, thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first segment, the first of 16. Again, we're coming back at 9:44 a.m. Eastern, 10:44, 11:44, all morning, all afternoon, until I pass out sometime right around midnight, we will be on. And you're going to see so many different aspects of Syracuse. All the different university aspects will be highlighted at different times. Famous alums, alums that are notable, up-and-coming students who are doing great things to impact their world in the name of Syracuse University. Stick with us. It's going to be a great afternoon. All right, in the next segment, we will hear about Syracuse University's commitment to veterans and military-connected families. If you know our university, you know how big, important, and serious that endeavor is. We're going to sit down with Dean Mark Lodato from Newhouse, Dean David Van Slyke from Maxwell. They're both going to be here at the same time. We're even going to go to Byrd Library as well, something I should have done more of in my days here on the Hill as a student, but we will take you there for a special broadcast. Today is about giving, what you can give to what you love about Syracuse. Boost the Cuse. It takes all of us. So spend some time on the website here. If you see something in one of the shows that you absolutely want to support, visit, and you want to find an easy way to give. This is it right here. We'll show you. syr.edu. You're on the site. You can even include in your donation, put a slash what hour segment it was. So this one, 844-944, next one. It'll kind of earmark your donation. We'll make sure your money gets the place you intended to. All right, I'm Scott Hansen. We're off and rolling. See you back here at 9:44.